Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I need to start off this video just by saying the obvious. This Sunday, England could be European champions. Whilst it's good news, I want to spend this video just sharing with you some good news as I've seen it and as I've experienced it over the last month or two, because to state that if I go back further than 2 months, this year has been life-changing. This year really has been life-changing. And I think I want to obviously update you guys because for me personally, I feel as though I owe all of this to all of you who watch this channel. You've been here since day one. You've seen my first videos when I was talking about credit scores and, you know, taking you on a journey, 52-week challenge, which ended up morphing back end of like last year into something else as I started to learn the YouTube algorithm and how it basically works. But you guys have been with me for a very long time. It's been 18 months. It feels like a very, very long 18 months. But in that 18 months, things have really changed for me personally, particularly this year. It has been life-changing. And over the last couple of months, there have been a number of opportunities that I never would have thought would come my way as a result of YouTube. And it just shows the power of social media. So I'm going to give you an update as to what's going on with me. Sorry, it's not financial content. We're not going to be talking about any stocks. Apologies, but I feel as though I owe a lot of this to you guys. And I hope that by me sharing some of this stuff with you, that you also get to feel inspired on your own journeys. Because if I can do something like this, you sure as hell can as well. And believe me, I'm not smarter than anybody here that watches me. I just have my own point of view when it comes to money and investments based on my own experience, obviously, and based on my own expertise being in the industry for as long as I have been. So I hope you find this inspiring. I hope you take heart, and I hope that you are able to translate this in some way, shape, or form to your own journeys, no matter what it is that you're doing. These things are transferable. So please take this with good faith. So the last couple of weeks have been, well, months, I should say, have been amazing. I don't know whether you remember this right here. This is going back maybe 2, maybe 3 months, actually. I asked you guys to vote for me in this. Now, I got a tweet earlier today to say that I'm highly commended in this category, which for me is an absolute honor. I mean, to be highly commended as, you know, part and the field that and people that were nominated for online financial influence of the year included people like Pete Matthews at Meaningful Money, Mama Furfur, who's here on YouTube. Shout out to Jenny. If you don't know her account, definitely go check out her channel right there. You had people like Panda Boss Anna, who we did the collaboration with, and we did the challenge, the Trader v Trader challenge with Stake. It had her in there. It had so many really good YouTubers, podcasters, people who had been doing this way longer than I have, who are way more established than me, and to be highly commended in that category was mind-blowing when I received the tweet today. And again, I asked you guys to vote for me, and by God, you guys came through. You really, really did. So thank you so, so much. On to other things that are happening right now. I've actually got a list here. I'm gonna talk about Eureka. If you've seen the big news video, which is this one right here, you'll know that I'm now part of Eureka, which is basically an investment startup. I met Chris last year. It must have been around about September or so last year. And we initially had a conversation about doing something on YouTube. We ended up having a podcast episode at the beginning of this year where we were talking about goals. And Chris and I immediately aligned when it came to what Eureka's all about and what my channel's all about. It's all about helping people, and it's all about giving people the tools to create financial freedom for themselves moving forward, right? I always say here on this channel that I try to have conversations with you guys that I wish that someone had with me when I was 19, 20 years old. My philosophy and Chris's philosophy and the philosophy behind Eureka is very much the same. There's a lot of synergy there. And Chris alluded to it very briefly in that video. But when I look at Eureka, I'm very excited about what they're doing and what we're doing because I'm now part of the team there. I'm a non-executive director in Eureka, and my role there is to essentially help with messaging, help with shaping a message that hopefully viewers and people can resonate with from customer to customer, B2C, business to customer side, and also from a B2B, business to business side as well. Because part of my career, I've worked in the financial services industry, obviously, and you know that I'm a financial advisor. And part of my role has been interfacing with financial advisors and advisory bodies and firms. So my role there is to help shape messages, make connections, so on and so forth. That opportunity is very, very exciting because what we're doing at Eureka is very, very different around time-based portfolios. I often talk a lot about risk here on the channel when you're investing, because you kind of have to know what level of risk you're willing to take and understanding how you mitigate that risk. Well, what we're doing at Eureka kind of turns that on its head. It not only makes the conversation about risk redundant to a certain degree, it puts time at the center of your journey. So if you're looking to invest for 5 years or 9 years or 15 years or 20 years, we work out the risk element for you and have time-based portfolios to deliver you the best outcome. It's an amazing proposition. And when Chris asked me, I think it was maybe February, March, maybe something like that this year, to come on board as a non-executive director and be part of the project, I was really, really honored and kind of gobsmacked. Part of me was like, am I ready for this? I've got a lot going on. Can I dedicate the time? Is this something that I can really help with? I don't know about you, but I still suffer from imposter syndrome, regardless of what my experience in the industry is. I still very much get that. And I think that's mainly down to nerves, trying something new. And it's an honor for him to ask me to be on board with that project. So I'm now on board with Eureka. We've got a ton of content coming out to you guys around how we're designed to help people with goals around buying your first home, achieving FIRE, which is financial independence, retire early. That one's going to be a very, very interesting conversation. Indeed. We've got one around millionaire. How can you achieve millionaire status? How can you get your nest egg? How can you go traveling? We've got so many areas that we're going to be bringing content out for you. We've actually been shooting over the last 3 to 4 weeks. One of the videos is going to arrive next Tuesday. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be about getting on the poverty ladder and how Eureka is designed to help you get there faster in terms of your deposit. So I'm really excited about that project. That's going to be something that we're going to continue to work on. And it's going to take, not 6 months, not a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to really get the project up and running and to make us a successful brand, offering a new way for people to invest, knowing that time is at the center of the conversation. But more importantly, and this is one of the key reasons why I joined, is the fact that we are not using the usual percentage-based charging mechanism that most people do. We charge a flat subscription fee per month of £5. That's it. So whether you invest in 5 grand or 5 million, you're only going to pay £5 per month. And believe me when I tell you, I'm not going to give too much away, but believe me when I tell you, the difference that a flat charge makes versus a percentage fee on what you invest is huge. And more than anything else, it gives you back more time and it allows you to reach your goal a lot sooner. So that's Eureka. Keep an eye out for more videos coming on Eureka. There's going to be one arriving next Tuesday. What else is there? I have some new projects. I've already alluded to this maybe in a couple of lives if you're following me here on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm shooting a new kind of content for the channel. There are 2 short films which I just need to finish off that still need a little bit of work. One about me and my journey specifically. Then I'm branching out to have a look at people of interest, okay, and what their journey has been, how they've navigated their career, and whether their attitudes and opinions about money has changed because of success, and what success actually looks like for people. Is it really all about money, or is it about personal values? Is it about how we feel, about control, freedom of choice, so on and so forth? So that's happening at the moment. That's really, really exciting. There's going to be more of that. And there is a whole new content stream that I've got in the works at the moment, which is going to take a little bit more work. I'm conscious of the time here. I don't want to ramble on too long. The last update that I want to give you guys is me doing a bit more TV work. TV work this year was something that was in the back of my mind because I thought to myself, okay, YouTube is great. And the numbers here on YouTube are fantastic. We are going to hit 1 million views in the next month and a half, roughly. And that's crazy in 18 months. It's just phenomenal. But one thing I want to do is be able to amplify my voice, reach more people. And so TV work was something that in the back of my mind this year, I was like, I want to do some TV work. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but as things happened, I got in touch with this agency, or I was put in touch with this agency, and I'm doing TV now. I've done TV 3 times over the last month or so, in 2 capacities, really. In the morning on breakfast as their financial expert. I've only done that once so far. The second show is an evening primetime show between 6 and 8 o'clock. At the moment, it's not a regular thing. I'm called in as and when they need me. I've done that show 3 times. I'm doing it again tonight, actually. So if you finish watching this video, I will be on between 6 and 8 with Michelle Dewberry. And on that show, we'll be talking about business news and maybe some of the more current affairs that are basically happening. If I'm honest, I don't know where the TV work is going to take me. I really, really don't. It's very much a surprise for me. I'm sure that it will lead to other opportunities, but my main key priority here is that I want to be able to share my story. I want to be able to share my expertise in different forums. And TV work is a way for me to amplify my voice, get into rooms and conversations with people who can help me develop an Amazon or a Netflix series, because that's really what I want to do. And I want to have a series about money, but tell stories in a very interesting way. That's my dream. That's the goal. And TV work is a way for me to basically get there and amplify my voice. I'm saying this because all this started because of YouTube. I mean, being on national TV is a very weird thing. It's very, very strange. I can't even put that into words, what it feels like. It almost feels as though it's nothing, but at the same time, people tell me this is a really big deal. And I've had some very peculiar engagements and conversations, interactions as a result of it. But I'm thankful for it nonetheless. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is this. Look, if you look back at this channel, we started with 0. We started from the bottom. Now we're here. We started from 0 in January 2020. We are at 28,500, I think, subscribers right now, heading to 29,000. Across all of my channels here on YouTube, we're across 1 million views in about a month's time. Across all of my channels, that's Instagram, the podcast, and YouTube. In the last 18 months, we've reached 1.4 million people. All of this from an idea. So what I'm trying to say here is this. If I can make this kind of stuff come to life and be real, so can you in whatever it is that you're doing. Whether that be YouTube or podcast or your own business or your own blog, whatever it is, believe me, you just have to follow your gut. I'm no more special than anybody else. Believe me, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Some exciting stuff coming around. We're doing things in schools at the moment because that's also one of my big dreams. I want to be able to do more stuff in schools around financial education. I've had one engagement last week. I've got an engagement in a couple of weeks' time for another school in London. So if you are watching this channel, you're a teacher and you want me to come into a class, speak to a year of people, by all means, reach out to me, leave a comment in the comment section or just email me on IG at Conversation of Money, DM me, or email me at pete@conversationofmoney. And I would love to come in and speak to some kids in schools because I think education is extremely important. Anyway, I rambled on for way too long. Here's to football coming home on Sunday. Have an amazing evening, guys. Like I said, if you want to finish watching this and dial into Sky 515, you can watch me on the Michelle Dewberry Show. Thank you so much. I hope everything to you guys. If you're not listening to the podcast this week, go listen to it right there. Have an amazing weekend.